And yeah, I have the coolest name, man. My name is LuckySevenDX. I do things on YouTubes. It's kind of a thing. It's kind of really cool. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop being an idiot. There's another Vulpix down here, so let's go ahead and grab this Vulpix. But we need a Pokemon with Psi Power 3. Haven't encountered one of those yet, so just like the Ninetales before, we're gonna have to go find one. It's essentially the name of the game for Almia Castle, is fighting some new power types that we haven't seen before. It's kind of the name of the game for a lot of these puzzles, essentially. Is this going to be enough to level up, though? That is question of the day, and the answer is yes, it is enough to level up. So we're back to full HP, which is what I want to see. To have no need for this Haunter, so we can go away. And now we have 2 Vulpix, which is exactly what we need. This room is pretty much empty other than having another Dratini for a Dragon Pokemon power, if you for some reason want a Dragon Pokemon power. And another Raichu. They're pretty much everywhere in this area, which is really nice. So, we have that if we so need it, I guess. So, the only place left to go is to the left, essentially. Luckily, there's not too much involved in getting this new Pokemon. Essentially, we just need to use the 2 fire here. And, we have both Pokemon available here, so 2 Vulpix will be enough to do this. I mean, I guess you can use 1 Vulpix, set 1 torch on fire, go back, get the same Vulpix, set the other torch on fire. Easier just to grab 2 Vulpix. You have more than enough space now that we can hold 5 Pokemon. We can definitely just go ahead and use the Vulpix. It's really no big deal. So we set both torches on fire. This will make the door open, and basically it's Zelda rule number 1, I guess. Light all the torches, open all the doors. This game became a Zelda game. That's why, I mean, it is sort of Zelda. You're exploring a world, you're solving puzzles, you essentially have things like this that are essentially dungeons. It has a decent amount more in common than you would think for a Pokemon game. So, Mismagius, or Mismagius, that's right, we're playing Mismagius. Very tough Pokemon, and it has lots of... Oh, I managed to... Yeah, I didn't quite dodge that. That was almost a really skillful dodge, but it'll basically do a bunch of different things. It'll throw hazards on the ground, it'll shoot beams like this, or it'll also... Basically, it'll rotate between the 2, so it'll either do that, and then it'll do 2 Z attacks, essentially, so... Just be careful of everything else, and you should be okay. Just make sure you get a chance to actually keep your charge active, because you don't get much opportunity to circle around it. You do not want to drain back its health. So this one should just be a fake out. Yep. So it's every 3 is just a fake out like that, where it seems like it's doing the really dangerous one. This one's the dangerous one, though. I'm not gonna be able to dodge that otherwise. So Scare Charge back. He's gonna go ahead and dodge, and he's gonna do another attack, but we can go ahead and dodge it from down here. Wait for it to appear again, and finish the capture. So, go nuts on every 3rd one, because it won't do the bigger attack. You can dodge that one fairly easily. It's the Z attack that you really want to watch out for. It's 1 out of every 3 that will not be that. So, keep that in mind. Also, we've seen something like this before, a steel sort of statue. Now we have an ice statue that we need 5 burn to take care of. We're not getting 5 burn for a long time, believe me, so... That's something we'll come back to deal with later, but, yeah, we've seen a steel one, we've seen an ice one. What sort of interesting Pokemon do we know that has one version a steel type, one version an ice type? A certain trio, perhaps? Who knows? So, now that we have this Psi Power 3, we can go ahead and open this door, and, make some progress from there. That being said, before I actually, go through the door, I'm gonna go back and grab myself another Mismagius again, because, I want to have one available to open the door on Chroma Ruins and get the Pokemon behind here. I'll do that in the next time we do SideQuest episodes. I'll fit that in as well, I think. So, and we actually have the space for that and 2 of the Pokemon that we need, so we can make this work. We can definitely make this work. So, go ahead, capture the Mismagius over here. We'll fight it one more time, and then from there, we can go ahead and capture... Or we can go through that door and see what lies beyond. We have one last little puzzle to take care of before we get to the end game of this area. So, like I said, very, very interesting stuff. The Z attack's gonna happen. Ooh, barely dodged that one there. It was a very close fight there. I think I can dodge this one easily. So, I'm safe. Oh no, I'm not safe where I am. Okay, surprise, surprise. That was actually not nearly as safe as I thought it was. But oh man, I hit the edge of it. Mismagius is not an easy Pokemon to capture, so definitely be a bit careful when you do it. Is this gonna be... Nope. It's not gonna make it. I thought I could do something with that, but turns out I can't. Okay, this one I can just get a couple loops in here, get just to prevent it from draining, and then we'll go ahead and keep circling it. So yeah, like I said, the thing I like about this game compared to the first one, the battles get a lot tougher because, well, it's not, you know, you don't have to do all the looping at once. You can do this sort of these sort of tactics like this. It makes them able to make the battles a lot more tricky in terms of concepts. Even these normal non-boss battles are actually quite difficult, so I like it. I think it's really cool, personally. So maybe that's just me, but I think it's pretty swell. So we got ourselves a Mismagius, and from now, from here, we can use that in the Chroma Ruins in the next episode where we're doing the side questy stuff. So keep that in mind. But for now, we can go ahead and head through this door and take care of the final puzzle of the section of Almia Castle, which is another ice puzzle. Oh god, that's gonna break if I step on it. So there's 2 doors to the side of this room. We can't really, it's hard to navigate, but you can kind of tell the pathways if you use the map up ahead. But even then, you don't really need it. But you want to basically make it to both doors on the left and the right. There's a Pokemon on each side that we're going to want. And we've actually seen this Pokemon before. That Pokemon is this Riolu. We haven't captured one yet. But we saw the other room essentially through the wall because we have magical powers and can see through the wall. And we know there's a Riolu there. But there's also one here. We need both of them in order to solve the final puzzles. So we're actually going to catch them a little bit in advance. Use our psychic powers once again to solve these puzzles. Also, be careful not to take too much damage here. I'm actually a slightly bit concerned about the fact that I'm taking so much damage here, because we do have some boss fights coming up ahead. And note, by the way, that's a plural. That was plural. That wasn't boss fight. That was boss fights. Yeah, Almia Castle doesn't joke around. This is where the game is going to start getting really serious with its boss fights. So, actually, I do have a Raichu, don't I? Yeah, I still have a Raichu in my inventory, do I? I do, right? Right? Yes? No? Maybe? I do have a Raichu. That being said, I'm going to have to use it to make room for the Riolu. So, at least I'll be able to heal fully up before the next fight. So, oh, this is going to take us back to the beginning, and I don't have a way to go from here. Wonderful! So, let's just back out to reset it, and we'll go from there. If you fall down, you just end up on the in that basement area where the Dratini was. I'll show that off in a second, actually, just for demonstration purposes. Oh! That was close. That was very close. So, just gonna up here, but don't go too fast because you have to do a quick turn here and make it there. Momentum, you have to really slow down your momentum but be quick about it. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Also, there's lots of coats in this room and stuff. It's a very interesting room, very dress-up-y. But we have ourselves a Riolu to capture, and capture we will do. So, go ahead, add to our inventory once more, or I always keep saying that. Oh, but such a little guy, they pack a punch. Do not get hit by them. They will hurt. Luckily, the Raichu will heal us for a good, I think it's a good solid 30 HP, so as long as I don't get hit more than once more, I will be pretty much at full health at the end of this, which is great. Actually, if you hit me once more, it would have brought me down to exactly 33 with the recovery bonus, so we would have had exactly enough anyway, so I could have taken one more hit. Because we're going to go ahead, get rid of the Raichu, but instead of pressing release for a Raichu, you can press recharge instead, and it'll use its Pokemon power before you get rid of it. So, with that, we can actually heal our Styler back to full right before, we're not going to have to fight anyone else before the bosses, luckily for us. So, it's time to take on the boss. Also, just for the funsies, this is what happens when these break, you basically just fall down. So, you end up in the basement down here, like I said, that's what happens when you fall in that section. And, it's pretty easy to get back to where we were, though in fact, it's almost essentially quicker than backtracking through the ice itself, so that's why I chose to do that. So we head up here. There's essentially 2 paths you can take. There's this right path, which actually I guess has a bit more danger to it, because you have to do up more of these ice things. Or you can take the left path here, which is a bit more safe, I think. It's just essentially a circle around. I'm not going to go past it. You just have to do like this sort of tricky ice section over here. But once you do that, it's pretty smooth sailing from here. Just be careful not to have too much momentum and fall off the side. That can definitely happen if you're not careful. Anyways, it's a guy. Yep, we have ourselves a boss of sorts to face right now, so fun. He heard someone come in. Yeah, hi, my name's Lucky. I'm a ranger. I'm here to stop your nefarious plans and save the day. So, yeah, the little kid ranger. Wow, you're being really rude right now. Maximum rude. Also, you have a really douchey-looking pose. Jeez. Do you really have to look like such an ass when you're making your pose? God. Anyway, don't get angry. Chill, all right? Oh, the ice puns. Oh, Oh, they wound me so much, man. They wound me! Your puns hurt me so poorly. So, he's mean. He's a meanie. My name is not Lucky Noob. Also, who the hell uses noob anymore? Like, seriously, that's so... Well, I guess this game is from, like, the 2000s. But, really? Lucky Noob? Really, game? You're gonna go with noob here. Really? What a noob error. That wasn't funny either. So yeah, he's one of the bosses of Team Dim Sum. We're gonna have to face him in battle. And unfortunately, he overheard us in Shiver Camp. That's why they're searching for this blue gem. So apparently our voicemail is really loud. We should probably change the settings on that. So he offers a team up. Apparently, he's gonna to try to get the blue thing to get an ice cream soda. Yeah, no, I think I want the blue gem, the one that potentially reduces the power of the Shadow Crystal. I mean, that's why they're here. They want to get the blue gem out of the picture, because it hurts their plans. It stops their evil devices. We want this gem in order to stop them, so he's here to defend it. Luckily, he can't figure out how to get past this barrier either, but unfortunately, he's going to try to stop us anyway by summoning a powerful Pokemon. It's boss time. We have ourselves a Froslass to face. Oh, man. So another Team Dim Sum higher-up Pokemon here. So we get the epic Team Dim Sum battle music here. And we're going to have to face a Froslass. It uses a bunch of fire, so make your loops really big, or else it'll hurt you like that. So be careful. We don't want to take too much damage. And otherwise, it'll essentially drop ice cubes as well. So not really a tough one, as long as you just take your time and use the opportunities you can to do a lot of damage. But otherwise, it just kind of does... Oh, it also does the fire, the one that falls wherever your stellar line is. So just make it so it follows a... If you take your time, you can direct it easily enough, so you can make it work. It uses a mix of Ice and Ghost attacks, being Ice Ghost type Pokemon. Honestly, doing circles while this thing is up is really unsafe, so be careful when you're doing that. It's going to drop an Ice Cube over there. We can easily circle around that, though. Especially when it stays near it, it makes it really easy to draw circles around it. Otherwise, it's just going to keep doing this fire thing, which we can easily deal with, unless it happens to jump there. If you slow down your circles, you can kind of direct it a bit. Like, I can have it go up here, get some... Well, it's already gone now, but if you slow down, you can get a lot of circles in and make it not necessarily as tough of a battle as it was before, but we can deal with it, and indeed we have. It's a 4 Crush. We unfortunately can't keep it, though, because it's someone else's Pokemon. But it'll give us a nice boss capture bonus and 50 loops, and we'll get an A rank. That's good enough for me. And a good chunk of experience. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to bring us to a level, so I might want to grab a Raichu or two before we get to the next area, because, like I said, bosses, we're going to want to heal up a bit before we get to the crystal, because Team Dim Sum's a boss in itself, but the crystal's not going to be so unguarded as well. Don't forget there's a Sableye and a Darkrai supposedly guarding the Shadow Crystal. Do you really think the other gems are going to be so lightly guarded? I don't think so. So, we've taken down Ice. We've, apparently doesn't care if we get the blue thing. Apparently, apparently it's not important for some reason. Oh, it's because apparently there's a Pokemon guarding it. It's apparently a really tough Pokemon. So, apparently we don't have a chance of getting it according to him. But we're gonna prove him wrong! That we will. So, let's solve this puzzle that's blocking off the gem. Defeat the Pokemon guarding the gem. Get the gem. And then we'll have, put quite a thorn in Team Dim Sum's side. Luckily, we get a little bit of a hint as to what we need to do for this puzzle. Apparently there's 2 of these Pokemon. How did you find them, though? Because secret, I actually own them already. It's the Riolu that we need. So they're supposed to hint that we need to get some Riolu, but we already have them. So he's like, we found these Pokemon! And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I have 2 of them. They're right here. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so they give you a little bit of a hint there, but they meant to report to Ice. They accidentally reported to us and said, sorry, I'm your new leader. That's how it works. I beat your leader, so now you belong to me. You're my minions now. I have minions. How wonderful. Unfortunately, that's not how it works, though, so we don't have minions. But way over here, there's an icy barrier that won't let us through, but if we head up here, it'll agitate the Riolu, because we have 2 of them. And obviously, a big hint here for the Riolu statues over here. The 2 Riolu will sit near the wall and use their power, their aura powers, to get rid of this mysterious wall and grant us access to the blue crystal. Exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Exciting stuff. So, with that, we're basically able to get through. Does the statue say anything here? Is there any sort of... No, they protect and are protected by the blue bean. interesting. But like I said, I do want to grab myself a right. Just, at this point, we're at the point in the game where the fights are tricky enough where you're going to want to have a healing type Pokemon in your inventory, or a recharge type, I guess, Pokemon alongside you, just in case things go horribly wrong. So we're just going to grab this Raichu. I could use it to heal up and grab another one, but I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just going to grab the one here, which almost shocked me. It would have kind of been counterproductive if I took more damage from doing that, but just get an extra Raichu for safety here. Just on the off chance things go horribly wrong, it's probably a good call to do that, so we're gonna do that. Just trust me on this, it's a good idea. So we have the Raichu, actually, the second one here. Don't see any reason why not to get another one. The more safety, the better, right? Definitely having Raichu, definitely a good idea. We're getting to the point, like I said, where the game can start getting a bit tough, so... Ooh. Well, like I said, it doesn't help if I take damage, but I have 2 Raichu now, so I essentially have 108 health right now. I think I'll be okay with taking an extra 3 damage. I think I can beat this boss at 103 health. It's 100, yeah, it's 108 health. What am I talking about? It's 60 plus 40, it's 108 health. So yeah, I think I'll be fine. I can take the left path this time just to demonstrate, just kind of do a thing like this. It's not too difficult. Just don't fall down. Make your way back here, and let's go ahead and get ourselves the blue gem before Team Dead Sun gets their hands on it. Luckily, we've taken out their admin here, their higher up, their boss. We've put a giant thorn in their plans, so the blue gem is ours for the taking. We just have to get past this extremely tough Pokemon first. And Rhythmy is going to give us a little bit of a hint that, hey, a really tough Pokemon's ahead of us. Are we ready for it? You bet we're ready for it. Let's take on this toughie. So we head up here. The torches are unlit, but the blue gem is right there. A bit tinier than you think it would be, but it's certainly shining brightly. However, the torches start to be lit up here. We're not getting this gem for free, guys. We have quite a fight to get through first. More torches lit up. What happens when the third set lights up? Well, then a foe shows up. That's what happens. This foe is a Lucario. I mean, I suppose that Riolu is a pretty big hint as to what this was going to be, but it's time for yet another boss, guys. It's us versus a Lucario. And as you can see already, it's quite a fast Pokemon. We're going to have to be really careful about this. Really interesting Pokemon, actually, how this works. So, it's fairly easy if you know what you're doing, though, so I'll explain the fight as we go. But Lucario, yet another boss. And it has actually a unique theme to it as well. It's a Gem Guardian, by the way, so... a unique type of boss, I guess. We fought Team Dim Sun bosses, we fought normal bosses. This is a Gem Guardian, though. This gets its own theme. So it'll shoot static things on the ground, it'll shoot beams like that. And it'll also do punches, I believe, but otherwise it seems like a fairly... yeah, it does the punches. Otherwise it seems like a fairly easy Pokemon. It's a fighting type, so you can use psychic types or flying types to do extra damage, but we don't really have any of that. We don't really need any of that. We have a Chainlink, I guess, if we really needed it, but so far it seems easy, but oops, unless I accidentally hit the wall like that like an idiot. But then it supercharges, and all of its attacks become way tougher. The punches are bigger, the balls shoot up way more of them. Also, I keep taking damage like an idiot. He'll shoot out 4 of those things instead, but then he'll calm down, and then you have a chance to fight it again. So let's not keep taking damage like an idiot. This is not even charged. There we go. Charge everything up here. Oop, careful. Don't want to be taking extra damage if you don't need to. That was about to hit me. Gonna be careful here. We're gonna play cautious. We're taking a lot more damage than we can, but watch out because he's supercharged now. His attacks will come without warning. Actually, all of his attacks actually do show up without warning, so you have to be very careful. The only attack that shows up is when he's going supercharged into his aura form there. So you gotta be careful otherwise. His attacks will go a lot faster when he's in his hyper mode, so just be careful, take your time, don't take too much damage, and circle him a lot when you have a chance to like that, and you'll wear him down eventually. We're getting there, He's in aura form though, so careful. This is where he gets a lot more dangerous, so he'll shoot balls on a lot wider radius as well, and those things will be a lot... ooh! They'll also do a lot of damage. And luckily it doesn't last too long, so we can then get back to capturing after that. While I'm taking a lot of damage, this is the last fight of the castle, luckily, so once we can take this guy out, we'll be okay. Plus I do have... oh, I did that a little short there. But I do have a couple Raichu, like I said, but there we go! Lucario's been captured. It was a bit more hairy than I thought it would be. It's a bit hard to talk and explain that fight at the same time, but our fighting type foe has been taken care of. It launches orbs of aura. It's also, yeah, watch out when it has that aura thing. It can become quite tough. Ooh! and just enough for a level up there. Squeaking in that level up, giving us back to full HP. I like that. I like how that goes. All that damage, completely irrelevant. I'm back at full HP. Not that it matters, I could heal up at a ranger base anyway, but... With that, Lucario, after that hard-fought, intense battle, it's decided to entrust us with the blue gem. It trusts us with its sacred quarry, and the blue gem is ours. We are one step away, or we are one step closer to solving a solution to the problem that is the Shadow Crystal. And we get our first light to tackle the darkness. Can we dispel the shadows over Almia? I don't know, because I just made a pun of the title, and that's generally a bad call. So, with that, mission clear. Blue gem achieved. Almia Castle has been beaten. Not too shabby. So, with that, we actually get a teleport back to the beginning. Very Zelda style, as always. Like I said, I don't know, it gives me a really Zelda feel of this game sometimes. I like it. It's very Zelda-esque at times. It's kind of neat. So, Almia Castle has been stomped. We've beaten it. We've gotten the blue gem. Let's return to the entrance. We don't really have anything else we need here. I mean, we could get a Ninetales, but nah. I don't think I really need it for anything right now. So, with that, we head to the entrance. We head out, and with that, we've solved our mission. We've gotten the blue gem. We'll return it into Professor Hastings in the next episode. But on the way back, we're not gonna hurry. We're gonna take our time because we've just beat a mission. And you know what that means, guys. That means we have more quests. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 new quests to take care of. So we're gonna be doing those quests, guys, in the next episode. Also exploring a couple hidden areas and exploring that area behind the Psi 3 door and Chroma Runes. And probably turning the crystal as well. So we have quite an episode for us next time. But we'll tackle it in the next episode, guys. So this is LuckySevenDX signing out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Pokemon Rangers Shadows of Almia. Bye-bye.